Is that what it is? Yeah, when you trained yourself, to the other, put it on and everything. I go inside and I said, that's not what it's like. It's just that's awesome. Still got it. Whatever I used to. I charge for
Good morning, everyone. We're pleased to announce this morning the formal launch of Every Child Arkansas, a public-private network of advocates, agencies, faith-based organizations, and other supporters working together in trust-building collaboration to fill the biggest gaps in caring for children and families before, during, and beyond foster care in our state. Our shared vision is to have more than enough for these children and families in every county in the state. God has been working in the hearts and lives of many people in our state, and He has brought us together for just a time as this today. I'd like to thank Governor Sanders and Secretary Putnam and Deputy Director Martin for what you've done, and for all the individuals in the Division of Children's and Family Services who are working tirelessly across the state for children and families. Without you, we would not be here today. We have lofty goals for this network. These include having more than enough foster families for every child in foster care to have an ideal placement. We aim to have more than enough adopted families for every child waiting to be adopted, and more than enough support for biological families who are seeking to unify and to restabilize their families. We're also seeking more than enough wraparound support from advocates, from churches, and other organizations for children and families and for youth aging out of foster care. Today, we're formally launching the everychildarkansas.org website. It will raise awareness of the need for foster care and adopted families in our state. This magnificent new online resource will be telling encouraging stories of success and provide opportunities for Arkansans across the state to volunteer and to learn more about foster care. And when they're ready to say yes and actually bring children into their homes, we're going to connect them with the organizations in their community that can help that come about. Our public-private partnership involves a historic collaboration between organizations around the state who engage in child welfare matters. We have organizations, many of whom are in this room here today, that specialize in recruitment, training, and support of foster families, and engaging and empowering biological families who are experiencing challenges related to caring for children in their home. We have organizations who guide families through the process of becoming licensed take foster children into their home, and others that provide behavioral health support to children and families in the child welfare system. And we have partners who specialize in finding forever adopted families for children waiting to be adopted. We believe that by working together, we can accomplish infinitely more than what we could ever do alone. We're also utilizing innovative technology to further our support for children and families in our state. It is our goal and belief that Arkansas can and will be the first state in the United States to reach every child, to be more than enough for every child in every family in every state, in every county in our state. We're going to be the first ones to be there. I'd like to introduce Jerome Strickland, the Executive Director of the Arkansas Office of the Contingent, an Oregon-based nonprofit organization that Every Child Arkansas has partnered with to bring a proven and innovative approach to mobilizing community here in our state. Thank you.
We are pleased to announce this morning the formal launch of Every Child Arkansas, a public-private network of advocates, agencies, That is not my speech. Okay, so I'm inserting one in there. Oh, no, you're good. Here we are. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Governor Sanders. It's truly an honor to be a part of this moment in Arkansas history, where the community and the state are partnering together to reimagine how we share responsibility to care for the kids and families impacted by foster care. Governor, your leadership is deeply appreciated. I also want to thank the dozens of nonprofit, government, and community leaders present today. Thank you to the members of the media, and thank you to those who are watching online. Thank you all for leaning into this moment. There is no such thing as a government child or a government person. When children are temporarily removed from their parents and placed in foster care, both the child and the parents still remain our neighbors. Every Child Arkansas was created to inspire all Arkansans to love our neighbors as ourselves. The contingent has developed a world-class, technology-driven community mobilization system designed to break down the myth that when it comes to foster care, there are only two options: either become foster parent or do nothing. But no, if you desire to care for your neighbors when they're in need, we have a plan to ensure you can serve from your gifting in your zip code. So right now, we have a customer service team waiting to walk with you as you discern the best way to engage. And the contingent is confident that every child message, which is hopeful, determined, and collaborative, will spread like wildfire across every county in our great state. That message starts now with a statewide marketing campaign we're launching today called Show Up Arkansas. If you want to show up and serve, all you have to do is go to www.everychildarkansas.org. Foster care is not solely the responsibility of DCFS, although the women and men who work there are truly public servants and first responders. Families experiencing hardship in Arkansas deserve the best from you, and they deserve the best from me. The community cannot abdicate its responsibility to care for the neighborhood, children, and families. The challenges we face in the foster care system in Arkansas require us all to go in and go all in together. If you are a business leader, we have ways to get you engaged. If you are a grandparent, we need you. If you belong to a community group or faith community, please consider how you can show up. And if you're an individual or family interested in or even curious about being a foster parent, we need you as well. As Dr. Phil Gold has already stated, we believe Arkansas will be the first state in the union to have more than enough foster families to care for the kids in a culturally responsive way. And we believe that Every Child Arkansas movement is the spark that will change everything. We look forward to welcoming your involvement and offering you radical hospitality as you serve your neighbors. So on behalf of all of our network nonprofit partners spread all across this great state, we ask for your help as we seek to find a safe, loving home for every child. So I'll say it one more time. Please visit www.everychildarkansas.org. We love you. God bless you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Misha Martin. I'm the Deputy Director at DHS, and I'm honored to be here. And I just want to start, and I'm going to end both with thanking Governor Sanders for her commitment to children and families. I am overwhelmed by emotion. At first I thought it was nerves, but it's not so much nerves. It's as I stood by Governor Sanders and I looked around this room and have been in this work for over 15 years. I looked around this room at all the people who have given so much to serve their communities and serve children and families, and I'm just overwhelmed and honored to even be here with you all. There has been so much work from, and I almost hate to call everyone out because I know I'm going to miss everybody, but I'm going to give an attempt at it. the legislators that I see in this room who have supported the work, the judges who have come today, thank you so much. We have the Children's Advocacy Centers, our placement partners, our faith-based community, universities. I know I'm missing someone, but as I look around this room, you all have been doing the work for so long. But I am so excited about this Every Child Arkansas launch because it gives us a way to have a unified approach so that the communities know how to work with DCFS, but they also know how to work with your organization. You all have been doing so much, and we have been partnering together, but now our communities can see and work with us and connect, and great things are gonna happen when we come together. And I am so grateful for the work that you all do, and I'm so grateful for the staff at Children and Family Services. Obviously, government has a role in protecting children, but children don't belong in the custody of government. They either belong with their family, they belong with their relatives, or they belong in loving foster homes. And our new partnership with Every Child Arkansas gives us a way to not only at DCFS connect with the community, but also all of our amazing faith-based and nonprofit partners who are gonna open foster homes, they're gonna support foster homes, and in the end, what happens is we have a stronger community with safe and stable children. So I am super grateful for each of you, and I have the pleasure of introducing Governor Sanders. And I'd just like to say, I have known Governor Sanders for a few years, so I know her heart. And she is super committed, and with her leadership, and you all, I can't even imagine the great things that are gonna happen. Thank you, Governor Sanders, and please welcome her.
Introduction, but the amazing job that you are doing on multiple fronts in the Department of Human Services. You have such an incredible heart of service, and we can't thank you enough for all the good work that you're doing. It is great to be here this morning with some of the leading foster care advocates in our state. And I want to also thank Secretary Christy Putnam for her amazing leadership and all of the great things that they are doing to tackle some of the challenges that we face here in Arkansas. I want to say a huge thank you to the members of our legislature that are here this morning. A large number are present, and so many of the great things that are happening right now are because of the partnership that we have with each of you. So thank you for your leadership and your willingness to step out on this issue. And a very special thank you to all of the foster families that are here and the advocates who are working in this space every single day to make sure that the kids of Arkansas are taken care of and loved. My administration is fighting to make sure that Arkansas is the best state in the country for our kids and for our families. Last week, the Senate overwhelmingly passed Arkansas Learns, the boldest, most far-reaching education reforms in our state's history. And I look forward to the House following suit this week. And today, we're rolling out changes to help some of our most vulnerable children in Arkansas, those in the foster care system. I want to highlight just one of the foster families that's joining us. Though really each of these stories of the individuals that are here today frankly deserve their own moment, their own speech. But because I know I'd be in a lot of trouble if I did that, because we'd be here until tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to recognize one family, Dennis and Natalie Berry, who are one champion foster families in our state. Just a few months ago, they fostered their 161st kid. Dennis says they get calls and texts every single day asking them to take in more children in a bad situation. Dennis and Natalie are truly angels for the work that they do. They don't just take in kids. They also travel around the state trying to recruit other families to do what they do. However, the need is still so great that even superheroes like Dennis and Natalie are forced to say no sometimes. And that's a tragedy. One family shouldn't have to shoulder the burden that they carry. There are around 4,100 children in foster care in the state of Arkansas. but not nearly enough families to sufficiently care for them. Many of these kids come from broken homes, and despite the love and care so many wonderful foster families, children in our foster system are at a heightened risk of homelessness, human trafficking, and incarceration. I've often said that Arkansas is the most pro-life state in the country, and my administration is fighting tooth and nail to make sure that we protect the unborn. The pro-life agenda doesn't end once a child is out of the womb. Every child is a special gift from God. The cycle of neglect that far too often plagues our foster care system is the opposite of pro-life and pro-family. And today, we are taking steps to end that tragic cycle. For the first time in Arkansas history, we've gathered more than 24 of the foremost groups that support foster care, both public and private. We're ready and united to tackle this problem head on. The executive order I will sign shortly is a strong example of what this group can and will do. And it's a powerful first step to reform our foster care system. It starts by requiring this group of foster care advocates to gather again repeatedly. At their meetings, they'll craft policies and legislation that my administration can put into place to improve the foster care system here in the state of Arkansas. That means recruiting more foster care parents, connecting families with social services, and creating new preventative strategies that keep kids out of foster care in the first place. We'll also streamline our foster care system to make sure no kid is left waiting for months in an unsafe situation. If we can reduce processing times and speed up foster family licensing, we can get kids placed in homes in less than 2 months. We'll also make the whole system more transparent. Families and advocates deserve community-specific information on Arkansas's foster care landscape. We'll deputize a go-to foster advocate in each county across the state, so families can have someone to talk to when they're struggling. This executive order will have a major direct impact on the foster care system here in Arkansas, but it's just the first of many steps that we're planning to take. In this state, every child deserves to be safe and cared for. And in this administration, we will fight every day to make that a reality. I appreciate everyone for being here today and the hard work that each of you are putting into making sure that this effort is successful. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Take a couple of questions.
Everybody right here, please. Everybody right here, please. Here we go, right here. 1, 2. Okay. Everybody right here, please. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 2.
These guys always follow me all around. I'm gonna take a question, but I'll pop back up here. Any of the legislators want to stay around in the audience, feel free to. Bill?
Governor, you talked about the education bill. One of the criticisms that's come up from teachers groups and even some Republicans is the pace that this is going through the legislature. Given how massive of legislation this is, why not take more time with it to address a lot of these concerns that have come up on it?
I think the longer we take, the more kids fall through the system. And to me, that's unacceptable. We can and must do better as a state. Also, I don't think we've moved all that fast. I spent 2 years campaigning on this issue, talking about education every single opportunity I had. I made no ifs, ands, or buts about the fact that I was going to be the education governor and that it would be my top priority, laying out very specifically what that plan would look like. We spent nearly $500,000 telling that message to the state of Arkansas, and I won with more votes than any first-time candidate. There is tremendous support for this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here right now, because it was the #1 message that we campaigned on, and people overwhelmingly supported that when they went to the polls in November. We worked in close partnership with our friends and members in the legislature, as well as teachers, parents, students, superintendents across the state of Arkansas. I did more than 100 public events in all 75 counties around the state of Arkansas during that 2 years of campaigning, and we took in that feedback and incorporated that into the legislation. We're very proud of the progress we've made, the partnerships that we have, and look forward to signing that legislation into law quickly so that we can start helping students across the state.
How confident are you that this legislation, especially the freedom accounts aspect of it, how confident are you that it could withstand any challenge dealing with Lakeview and adequacy?
I think we've addressed the concerns in that, and we feel very confident that we are delivering a strong education reform package to help serve the students of Arkansas. Anybody else?
Can you say how many children are in foster care today in Arkansas?
There's roughly 4,100 individuals, children that are in the foster care system looking for homes here in the state of Arkansas. Anybody else? Quiet lunch today? All right, thank you so much. We appreciate it.